Now we're going to create the bushing. So what we're going to do in this one is we're going to extrude multiple circles. So it is going to be built off of that center of the turn screw. So I'm going to go ahead and squish this up and take a look at it. The overall diameter or overall length is 9.75. We've got a width of 0.75 here and 6, so that remains to be 3 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to the side, and I'm going to start my sketch, and I'm going to create a circle at the end of this face. Circle, diameter, end of this face. So in the center, it is going to be out to here. Now, that is going to be this diameter here, which is 3.75. So I'm going to go dimension, and I'm going to say 3.75. Now I'm going to go over to my home view, and I am going to extrude this circle, and now on this part of it, I'm going to extrude this out 6. Okay? Now, here's the thing. The next thing that I'm going to extrude out, I'm going to go ahead and leave that hole there. I'm not going to make it a solid because I know I'm going to use 0.75 here, but I'm also going to have a hollow point that has a diameter of 1.125 to here. Since I already know that that's going to be hollowed out, I'm going to leave that there. The next thing I'm going to create is this 0.75 with a diameter of 4.5. So I'm going to create a sketch. I'm going to create a circle to the center of this face, this center, and it's going to have a diameter of 4.5. And on this one, I'm going to extrude out. Now I have to hold my shift key because I'm actually extruding those two, and I'm going to extrude out 0.75. Now, the next thing I'm going to extrude out is I'm going to extrude this piece here out, and that is going to be 3. Okay, so I'm going to take this and make a sketch of a circle with a diameter on this face, center, and its diameter is 3. Oops, it should have been 3.375. I made a mistake. It should have been 3.375. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it at 3.75. 3.75. And I'll redo it. For this example, I'll go ahead and just say 3.75. Extrude. And this comes out 3 inches. So this diameter is off. It should have been 3.375, and I put it at 3.75. So when you're doing yours, go ahead and make the correct diameter. Since this is just an example of how to do it, I'm not going to change it right now. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to create a circle. So now I'm going to create a circle on this face. Oops. Circle with a diameter on this face in the center, and its diameter is going to be 1.125. Now I am going to extrude this back, and this is going to be hollowed out, and the distance is, let me pull this down so I can say 6.9. So I'm going to extrude, and I need to pick this, and I'm going to pull it back negative 6.9. All right. So now basically what it is you've got this hidden in the center. So there's a hollow point through it. Now, if I wanted to see on the inside, there's a grid display down here that says Display Settings. So if you click on that, you can change the visual style, and you can see the wireframe shaded with visible edges, shaded with, so you can see that it's hollowed out in here. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and adjust the body. Now, you can go ahead and, create a new component from the bodies, select it, go OK, and now I click, highlight it, and rename it as bushing. All right. I'm going to go ahead and change that back to a visual style of shaded. Now, if I wanted to correct for my error, to make this the correct diameter, I could actually create 2 circles and extrude them back. So take a look at this. So I'm going to create a circle with a diameter on this center, and it's going to have a 3.375. That's what it should have been as the diameter. Now, I'm going to create another circle at the center with 3.75 as a diameter. Now, I can extrude that ring, and I'm going to go -3. Now, I basically just sheared that piece off. What I can do also is if I turn, click these out, if I turn these off and I look from, I rotate my view, I can do the same thing through here. I can create a sketch and go circle, center, 3.375, circle, center, 3.75, and I can now go back a -6. And I made it the correct size. Now, in other programs, you could actually click on these and you could tell the cylinder to be a certain size. I'm showing you the basics, just how to manipulate, just using the small commands that you've learned so far. So that's one option of correcting the error that I made in creating the wrong diameter size. All right, so I'm going to turn these back on and collapse that. Just keep everything clean. And I am going back to the home screen. Now, I need to align this just to make sure all the pieces fit together. I'm going to send this back. So I'm just going to test my commands. I'm going to go modify. I'm going to align at the center here to the face here. Oops, I picked the wrong one again. So, all right, cancel. Let me turn this back around. And this does take some practice. So I'm actually going to turn that turn screw off so I'm not touching it. So I'm going to modify, align, select the body, this center point right here, go back to the front, and that center point right there. And if I look at the right side, and there it's connected. Then I turn my turn screw back on. I can also go back to my shading to see how it fits, to make sure it does fit correctly. I haven't messed anything up. Wireframe with hidden edges. Okay, so you can see that it slides right in. There is a gap. So we should be set. I'm going to change that back. Visual Styles to Shaded and Home View. And then I click OK. All right, that's it for this video. The next video, I'll be making the next piece.